Okay, this is huge for both teams. It's kind of weird now that I think about it. Like, two of my favorite teams always seem to have some sort of a similar news story going on around the same time. And it makes it easier for me to combine it into one video because we don't have to spend 10 minutes talking about one small little thing. But today we're going over some of the latest roster updates and moves. You know what? Let's actually start out with the more chronologically valid story. The Red Wings have finally done it. They have recalled center Marco Kasper from the Grand Rapids Griffins, and this, of course, is a move that a lot of Red Wings fans have been waiting for. It's a move that a lot of fans have been sort of wondering why it didn't happen earlier, why it did not happen at the end of the preseason, why did Kasper get sent down? And essentially, it was to make room for some of the other guys that would be given lesser minutes on the Red Wings. They didn't want to put Kasper in a spot where he'd just be rotting away in the fourth line every night. But now, they have no choice. Because, as Max Bultman shared earlier this morning, Tyler Motte is being evaluated for an upper body injury, and he is day-to-day. Meanwhile, Andrew Copp has a maintenance day for the flu bug that's going around the organization. Now, firstly, yeah, there's a bug going around. Even here in Vancouver, I'm sick here too. You could definitely hear it in my voice. It's not ideal to have two guys like Motte and Copp both missing some time. Maintenance day for Copp, though. Who knows if he's able to play still. But for Marco Kasper, this is an opportunity for him to do what he's been doing all preseason and all regular season. I say regular season because in the short stint he had with the Griffins this year, he is a point-per-game guy. Now, both of those points came in the one game against the Milwaukee Admirals on Friday last week, but Marco Kasper has exhibited his skill. He has been feisty, he has been moving, he has been scoring points. We recognize that's part of his game. It's not surprising to see him succeed, especially since he had done that in spades for the Red Wings in the preseason, with multi-goal games, etc., etc. Kasper has been awesome, and I think this will be an opportunity for him to take some strides forward in his development, and as we had said earlier on, if he displays a lot of the skill he had shown previously, and if he's able to look as good as he could be, then I honestly do think there's a possibility for Steve Yzerman to have no choice. Like, if Marco Kasper comes in here, he's a point-per-game guy, he's a catalyst offensively, he drives play forward, he brings a sort of excitement to the line that he is on, and he scores a few goals that are really nice, then by the time Andrew Copp is fully healthy, by the time Tyler Motte comes back, there's no way they'll have a reason to send him down. Right? If he gives them results, which is what they need at this point in the season, then you do what you need to do to get those results. If it means scratching a guy like, I don't know, Christian Fischer or whatever, or Tyler Motte takes a little bit longer to recover, who really knows? Motte, just in case y'all needed the scoop, ended up getting hit by Vittorio Mancini of the Rangers yesterday. You could definitely tell that there was some beef going on there because he tried to fight the guy afterwards. Yeah, it's a rookie over there in Mancini, and Motte is a pretty seasoned vet at this point. Hopefully he is okay, but of course this is opening the door for some extra opportunities here. There also was a tweet made by Helene St. James talking about some other Red Wings notes. Tyler Motte is being evaluated for a UB injury, so an upper body injury. Copp still dealing with illness. Jeff Petrie has indeed been cleared, so he seems like he's going to be back. Lyon is starting out Nashville on Saturday, and then Derek Lalonde said 11-7 in play depending on the availability of Copp. So, Jeff Petrie is back as well. Nice to see him all up and running. No more Justin Hall is needed in the mix here. And I am kind of interested in how Derek Lalonde is going to run this 11-7, depending on if Copp is available or not. You know, that flu, the bug that's going around, it's pretty nasty, so keep Copp away from the rest of the Wings and the rest of the players until he's recovered and no longer contagious, because the last thing we need is a bunch of Red Wings to get sick with the flu. It ends up taking them out of the lineup, or it ends up making them play terribly, and then everybody else gets sick around the league. Yeah, that's kind of how a bug spreads, isn't it? So, 11-7 seems like it's a possibility here. Alex Lyon is getting the start, Jeff Petrie is back, Marco Kasper got recalled, lots of stuff going on with the Wings, and I wanted to do a hard segue, a hard right turn, so to speak, into the other favorite team of mine that also had some roster moves done today. The Montreal Canadiens had themselves a whole bunch of extra stuff. They called up Logan Mailloux, and this is going to be a pretty big addition to this Canadiens team. We spoke about Mailloux also a few videos ago, going over how he's been dominating for the Laval Rocket and how his profile is very, very good. He's been producing a lot of points, he's been looking dominant, he's been offensively capable, and the same principle could apply here. It's been talked about how, for Logan Mailloux, his main goal is to be in a spot where if he gets called up, which he was called up today, he wants to put himself in a position to not be sent down. He wants to be so good that the Habs will have no choice but to rely on him, to use him, and to believe in what it is that he can offer at the NHL level. It was always going to be difficult because of the amount of right-handed guys that existed on the Canadiens' blue line, but of course, with the injuries to David Reinbacher and a bunch of extra injuries, which we're going to talk about here, Logan Mailloux now has his opportunity. It's going to be Hudson Mailloux, and pretty much just them. Because if you go over to some of the other notes here, this is what was tweeted about by Eric Engels. Mike Matheson will travel with the Canadiens to New York today. Kaiden Guhle will not. We're awaiting news on Juraj Slafkovsky. Now, hold on, wait a minute, what the hell's going on here? What happened? Well, for starters, Mike Matheson ended up leaving yesterday's game. Nice. Kaiden Guhle was then announced here that he's got an upper body injury, very nice, and Mike Matheson did not participate in today's practice due to a therapy day, also nice. Slafkovsky also banged up a little bit, we'll see what the verdict is on him a little bit later on, but, I mean, look, you take out Kaiden Guhle, that's one. You take out potentially Mike Matheson, that's two. What the hell's gonna happen tomorrow? The Habs play the Islanders, and they're going to have to run Lane Hutson, Arber Xhekaj, Logan Mailloux, and Jayden Struble into the ground because they have nobody else. Add Justin Barron into the mix there too. This is going to be a really big litmus test for the NHL projectability of what these young guys are capable of right now. Like, you take away David Savard, and it is literally just a team of all sub-24-year-olds, pretty much. And obviously that's a cool story, but if you're wanting to win hockey games, you could probably use a little bit of veteran support there. Not to say that Kaiden Guhle and Mike Matheson are, like, extraordinarily older. I mean, Guhle is in that same age range. Matheson is older, but that's about it. So for this young, inexperienced D-corps in Montreal, we're going to see how well these guys are able to handle the heat. I think for Lane Hutson, I mean, if he plays another 30-plus minute game, I don't think anybody would be too surprised about that. Especially if he plays with, like, Logan Mailloux, for example. You had two offensively dynamic guys on the same pair. I'm thinking this could be like a Hughes Chronic Light sort of situation. And heck, there even is a similar thing with the alliteration there. Hughes Chronic, HH, Lane Logan, LL. Kind of funny, but of course that's kind of a stupid thing to bring up here. If Lane Hutson ends up going out there with somebody else, then okay, we'll see what happens, but Logan Mailloux, this is your time to shine, baby. I wonder who is going to step up defensively as well, because Kaiden Guhle has been such a rock in terms of his defensive capabilities and his shutdown play, his physicality, and his shot blocking. I think the most likely successor to that would be David Savard, but you kind of need two to tango, right? Like, what if it's on a PK situation? You don't want Lane Hutson going out there on the penalty kill. You would hope that a guy like Arber Xhekaj would be able to step up in a really big way, stop taking as many penalties, and just start locking it down. But of course, expecting anybody to become Kaiden Guhle 2.0 is a very tall task. It's very difficult to do that. So all we can do is hope that his upper body injury is not that bad. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about all of these stories here. The Red Wings, Tyler Motte is out, Marco Kasper is in, Andrew Kopp is sick, Jeff Petrie is back, Alex Lyon gets the start. For the Montreal Canadiens, Mailloux has been called up, Lane Hutson's probably going to be running to the ground, and you also have other guys that were taken out of the rotation as well. We'll see about Slafkovsky a little bit later on, but when it comes to Kaiden Guhle and Mike Matheson, yeah, they missed out in practice. Kaiden Guhle didn't travel with the team either. Matheson did, so if he's actually able to suit up, then okay, that's great. Really good, flexible add there to the Canadiens lineup, but if he's not able to play, then okay. We'll see what happens with Xhekaj, Barron, Struble, Hutson, everybody else that's going to be involved on this blue line here. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, either way, if you're a Wings fan or a Canadiens fan. Lots to go over. Kind of crazy, right? I gotta go because I gotta try to fend off this flu bug that I've got myself, because it's definitely affecting the way that I talk, and it's been annoying to get through this entire video because the garbage men are outside and they're doing their thing with the big loud truck, and I keep on having to pause and re-record and pause and re-record, and it's why this video came out so late, because I can't stop pausing it. Like, I keep on needing to re-record segments of it. Okay, anyways, y'all don't really care about that. The video's already up and running anyways, but I hope you enjoyed this video. 9 and bye.